Hey, what's up, everybody? We're just watching old Lou drink his lunch. And in case you're wondering, that's not a beer and a shot. It's actual protein shake. What has it got? Like collagen in it for your joints and uh, uh, perhaps a little morphine for the shakes.
I do like my morphine. That's for goddamn sure, boy. Woo, that's some
Woo!
lovely shit, boy. I tell
Well,
you.
welcome
Mm.
to another edition of Hanging with Old
Mm.
Lou. We're
What's
two
happening,
black,
everybody?
two strong, and that's black with
Mm.
two C's.
We gonna spell it different today, baby.
We're two black.
I know, I know. I got that the other day. Actually, I took my cat in. My cat got a little obstruction, so we had to take his ass in. And we spell his name is Satchel, but we spell it with an X instead of an S. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna spell your name different, baby. They were like,
Yeah,
how
right,
do you
right.
pronounce this name? Yeah, it's like Satchel, and they're just like looking at me, and they can't put it together. And I'm just laughing. And I turn to the kids. I'm like, see, you can put any two five letters together and say it says this in the American language, and
No,
that they have to
it's
fall
not
into it. Yeah.
it's not the American. It's African American Vernacular English.
Oh,
AAVE. I knew a girl whose name was unique, and it was like UUONIQUCKE.
no, no. Oh, what? What? Oh,
Unique. And she's like,
what?
I'm unique. Get it? I'm
Like you
like,
damn.
yeah, yeah, snowflake. You
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
My
There's
name
so
is
many reasons we can't date, let alone be friends.
uh my name is Aquafina.
Oh, that's right. She's the one that's being accused. What? She can't. Oh, because she talks with an accent.
She has a
Is it
black scent, bro. It's called
a
black scent.
black scent? Oh
Uh
my God! Pray tell, what is a black
well,
scent?
I'm surprised that she hasn't been canceled for using what would you call a what we were just talking about, like this girl unique, like a black name. Like we spell it different.
Aquafina. I will
Aquafina.
admit that I thought there was a hint of blackness when I first heard Aquafina.
Right,
It
right,
did
right.
go
I
to
mean,
I did go to what the fuck were her parents thinking? I mean, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we all know, hey, that Aquafina is still a better name than Trampus. I'm just saying, hey,
yeah, Trampa says, hold my beer.
yeah, exactly. I
and
mean, that's such a joke that
and that
even
was
my
a
kids say it.
your mom was using AAVE, that racist woman, calling
I,
you Trampus
I,
like
I,
that.
she was
This is the
looking and
white
trying to find
devil.
the widest name she could ever find.
The white devil never sleep, trying to ruin the
Not with
life of a
that name.
proud black young man.
Not with that name. That's for
Oh my
sure.
God, it's a good thing that you're only uh, minorly famous. I was looking at the downloads for the podcast. Downloaded more than 13,000 times.
What?
That's like a
Oh
thousand an
shit!
episode.
Damn.
I don't know
And
where
most
all you
of it, that's
motherfuckers.
us.
Yeah, sorry that you stumbled upon the wrong podcast.
Oh, I know. I'm like, wait, what? We got which one was that? If they because they really got the wrong podcast on there. Unless it's the one about the having all four of them doctors looking up my ass. I think then that's a very good story, ladies and gentlemen. Go check that out. It's called and with lots of jelly. But yes, yes, that's pretty interesting. We have 1,300 downloads, like on one episode or throughout.
13,000.
Damn, 13,000.
So Ariana Grande accused of cultural appropriation by speaking with a black scent.
What?
Aquafina, black scent. Billie
Oh,
Eilish, black scent. Olivia
what?
Rodrigo, black
Who?
scent. I'm sorry to say, motherfuckers, but you don't own the English language and the words that we put together. You don't.
You, we
I'm
should
sorry.
have fucked
I
y'all
know it's
motherfuckers.
February. I know it's February, but
No.
here's the thing. If you Google AAVE, what is
Okay.
AAVE and why white people shouldn't use it? It's called
Uh-oh.
English, motherfucker. That's what we speak. So
Not the Queen's English, just
tell
English.
me all the words that I'm not supposed to use first. Let me get it tattooed on my arm so every time I open my mouth, I'm like, what? Okay, I can't say that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
A new version of George Carlin's words you can't say.
Jesus Christ. And you
I
notice
mean,
that those 7 words that you can't say, guess
yeah.
which word is not in there? I'll just
uh,
guess. Just
I, nigger?
I mean, again,
And again, ladies and gentlemen, before y'all even ride off that fucking high horse of y'all and everything, again, this show is for comedic value. That's all we're doing. If you do not find it funny, okay, please write to hangwitholu@gmail.com and let us
or
know.
not.
Okay, but again, this is just for laughter. Who gives a shit? Fuck you and your mama. I mean, but yes, yes, that was not on the list, was it?
No, no. I mean, he didn't, in his defense, though, he didn't say it was a completely comprehensive list,
List. No,
right?
no,
He
and he
just said it's
wasn't even
stuff you
going
can't
that.
say on
Yeah,
TV.
on TV. Exactly. Exactly. And George Carlin wasn't racist. He was in the movie The Car Wash.
That's right. That's right.
I just like how people say, "Oh, you can't be racist because of this." Da 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 da. Yeah. I mean, so he just looked like a
He
typical
has a
white man
black
chasing
friend.
a hooker.
Uh,
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are now letting you know that you can say words that are in the English language and in any other language if you learn how to speak a foreign language. Okay, so you can
yeah.
say those things, and if you have a twang to it, so fucking be it. I mean, I see what they're trying to say, but again, can I put it another way too? What if she grew up in the fucking hood? And we all know how some hood motherfuckers speak. And if you live there, then that's the vernacular you pick up. Now, how the fuck are y'all gonna even say anything like that? I mean, it just cracks
Hey,
me up.
hey,
Because if you didn't sound like that, they'd get mad at you and say, "Oh, you're just trying to sound white, blah blah blah, like you're
exactly.
bougie."
You
It's like,
can't win. You can't win for losing. Which
exactly,
is why
yeah.
you can't listen to that kind of shit. Like she comes out, Aquafina comes out and apologizes. Like, sister,
You
slow
don't
your
have to.
roll. You don't
Thank,
gotta
thank.
apologize for the way that words come out of your face. Like,
No,
I don't
no,
care if it's an act. You're funny.
yeah.
The act is funny. I don't care if you're like making it larger than life. You're a comedian.
You're a comedian. You put 10 on 100 all the fucking time.
Like I'm sorry. It's just like The Rock coming out and like, oh well, now that I know, been educated about Joe Rogan, it's like, bro.
No.
And then all of a sudden, you said this, Rock. Oh, and remember the time you did this, Rock?
Yes.
The Rock,
Yes.
the Rock as an Asian guy.
Mm.
Okay, it's like you stick your head up. It's like whack-a-mole. You stick your head
Yeah.
out, expect a 6-year-old with a spongy hammer to hit you in the head.
As hard as they can too. Hey, I always tell my kids, and I always say this shit. I do not carry rocks in my pockets. Okay, I just don't. And for some of y'all, if y'all don't understand it, it's he who lives in glass house. That's what it stands for.
Yo,
All
I
right.
carry
I
rocks in
can't.
my pocket.
He said I throw them hard. I am for the head and for the side of the temple.
Man, what is it about boys and sticks and rocks, man? I'll come home and there'll just be a pile of stones and then a
Yeah.
stick. And it's like,
Yes.
how did this stuff belongs outside? And like, Dad, no, that's my sword and my
Yes.
grenades. And you're like,
Yes.
what?
Uh, yeah, it's like as soon as you walk by a pile, every guy and their mama, they look at each other and they all flash back to, okay, if I can get to this rock right here, I could throw it and dive down behind the back of this fucking car, and then I can hit him in his head. And the other guy's like, if I get hit in the head, I can jump over here.
Dude, it's like I was out on a walk, me and my brother-in-law, he's probably, I think he's like 10 years older than me. So he's in his
Okay,
50s.
right, right.
We're out hiking up Mount Tam, so the whitest place on earth and the most
It
snooty place
almost
on earth.
is.
And he picks up a rock and he's like, I bet you I can hit that sign over there. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, come on,
Yeah.
try. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Here's just a
All
couple
right.
of grown men throwing rocks at a sign to see who hits it first.
All right. All along, holding back the fucking was the holding back the feeling of just turning around and just like pelting it right in his fucking head. So then you can take off and he picks up a rock to hit you. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
We used to love
remember?
that open pit.
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking about that. Remember, like the dirt bomb wars that you'd have?
Oh yes.
Like there'd be
Yes.
somebody's house was being built in the neighborhood or dug up or something, and all the kids would show up on the pile and just wing
Mm-hmm.
dirt bombs at each
Yeah.
other.
It
And
starts
they're
off with one kid coming up on his bike, slowly going. See, that's the real who ride. He come up on his little bike. You hear it go. He makes the pedals go backwards. He's like, oh, okay. He peels off, and next thing you know, like you said, there's 12 motherfuckers out front of your house picking sides and shit.
well, remember, there'd always be the kid who would pick up one of them, see that there was a rock in it, and throw it as
So
hard. He would Randy Johnson that shit to a pigeon, motherfucker.
oh, you be all mad. You see motherfuckers' tooth on the ground. You be like, Randy, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now we're gonna have to take him over here. Don't tell your mother this is where it was, because then she gonna shut it all down. And tell him you got hit, by what's his name over 4 blocks over. Don't fuck our game up. Or you be sitting there. I used to love being just sitting there, and then you pick that one fool out in the crowd, like over on the side where you could you do the rainbow one where you just and you just watch it as you standing with your buddy. You're like, watch this. Bow! Top of his head. Fall down and do the. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's American right there. I'm not even going to say American. That's just America right there. That right there. Woo! Right. I can't walk past a pile of fucking dirt clogs, rocks, and be like, ooh, boy, if I just pick this up right now, I hit that motherfucker across the street.
oh,
Oh,
dude.
those were the days, man. Those were the motherfucking days. I'll tell you what. But yeah, I mean, we're sorry about Aquafina. Hey, girl, do you, goddammit.
Do
You're
your
comic.
thing.
Do you. Do your thing. Just like we were saying earlier about us. This is all about comedy. You don't like our comedy? Fuck you. I don't give a shit. Tell your enemies. Let them know. Tell them to come with this motherfucker. You got a complaint. Hanging with old Lou at gmail.com.
We will be sure to get right back to you.
We will. And just know this, we will always tell you, to go eat a bag of fucking dicks.
It's
Oh, shit. That was a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
the sheer amount of, because people are like, well, cancel culture isn't fucking real. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
sure. If that's your point of view, okay. But there's a lot of motherfuckers around here apologizing for a lot of horse shit. And
A
shit that
lot.
happened when they were 17, when they were a minor, or shit that
Yes.
happened when it was 20 years ago. Like, I was thinking about it,
Mm-hmm.
like listening to fucking Howard Stern go off about Joe Rogan, and you're like, bro, let's go back and look at your shit.
He made a living on it. I mean, that's how he made the first, whatever, $155
He
million contract.
he bullied a DJ so badly he killed himself. He
Yes, ladies and
said the
gentlemen.
N word so many times, it's unreal. He dressed
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
blackface. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's every single thing that you can't do, he did.
He did. He
And
did.
then
All,
listen to him to come out at Joe Rogan, and you're just like,
yeah.
bro, you better slow your roll because people are good at the spotlight. You want that turned on you?
And
Because
all he's going to do is turn it around and say, "Oh, well, this was for comedy," and da da da. It's like, yeah,
yeah,
okay. So what the fuck
exactly.
are you getting on Joe Rogan for? You fucking see. I even held it back because I wanted to say a few things, but then I have to realize that people don't understand. Again, like we said, this show's all about fun, making fun of people, blah blah blah. Da
It's
da da.
about making fun of ourselves, dude.
Thank you.
90% of this show is us making fun of each other and ourselves, you
Yes.
know? And uh, uh, yeah, it's just like listening to him. I mean, I don't listen to him anymore. I haven't listened to him probably for like 15 years,
Yeah.
but my wife does. My wife religiously. I could tell when she's awake. I usually get up before everybody else to go work out, and I know when she's
Mm,
awake because I can hear Howard Stern playing on her phone. And I'm like, oh, Susan's
mm,
awake.
yep.
But it's just like, it's just like that dude hasn't been funny in a really, really long time. Now you're
Yes.
like the
Yes.
fucking king of elite media, the shit that nobody trusts. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're on
Mm.
what is he, Dancing with the Stars or America's Got Talent or one of those
I
fucking
think that one.
shows.
I think he was on that one.
Like a bitch show. Not
Yeah.
not like it's for only for bitches. I mean, it's just
Right.
a dumb show. It's so fucking
Yeah.
stupid. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
ripoff. It's a ripoff of a
Rip
ripoff
off.
of a ripoff, right? It's a
Of a
ripoff
rip
of.
off that reminded him of a rip off.
I mean, okay, great, you know,
Yeah.
but like to hear him and everything. Remember, he was like the hero of free speech.
Yes.
Remember, he
Mm-hmm.
sued the FCC.
Yeah. He did all that shit. I followed him so much that when he went to satellite that first time, I think
Yeah,
it was
me
in what,
too.
2001. I went straight there
It's
because of him.
2004. It's 2004.
2004. So yeah, I went there because
Yeah,
of him.
me too. I bought a
I mean,
unit, like a
yeah.
unit that you could go in your house, you could bring it into your car,
Yes.
all that shit. I
Motherfuckers
bought
would
that
break
shit.
into my car and steal that, thinking that it was some type of device. And it's like, motherfucker, that's my goddamn satellite device, you bastard. Oh, yeah. I mean, I went there not only to hear him curse, but I wanted him to say, I wanted to hear all these fools say they're on it. I mean, I did. It's not like, oh, a bad person. I wanted to. I was just like, yeah, I want to hear y'all say it because you could say it, be free. Like, that was like the time when I even think that whatever they like to say, you take power over that word and this and
Yeah.
that. It's like,
Well,
let
that's
that
what we
shit
talked
roll
about
the fuck.
last
Mm,
show.
yeah.
Like taking
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm,
fucking power out of this. The thing is like with all of these cancellations, right? It's like,
mm-hmm.
oh, you said a word, or you said
Yes.
words in a particular order, or you
Mm,
said words that are only for black people, or you
mm.
said words that are only for trans people. It's like,
Well, take us to
okay,
church.
like this
Mm,
this language is a language we all speak. Number one,
yes.
so we should all have access to the same words, right? Like if I
Mm-hmm,
said, okay,
mm-hmm.
here's my library, but all the women, you can't go up to the third floor and check out the history section. Like those books you can't use. You can read every other book, not the history books. Oh, and Latino folks, you can't do the, you can't go to where the fucking encyclopedias are. It's like
No,
no,
but you
no,
can
we
only read about
all
picking cotton or picking oranges.
uh, uh, and it's just like no, we all have access to these words. Like
Mm-hmm.
trust your fellow American that they can use words appropriately,
Thank
right?
you.
Like
Thank you.
within context, and know that there is
Right.
context, and there isn't malice in everybody's heart all the time.
Right. Right. Right.
Like even
Let's
if they
not jump
fuck
off
up,
for that.
even if
Mm-hmm.
they fuck up, I had some lady trying to convince me that there was no, it doesn't matter. Intent does not matter, she said to me. And I was like, what in the fuck are you talking about?
Yes.
Intent is
Yes.
everything. And she was like, no, it's not.
I mean,
If I feel like
what?
you, she's like, no, it doesn't. She said, if I feel like you insulted me, that's all that matters. And I was like, no, it doesn't, because there's someone else in this equation, and it's me or whoever
Mm,
this mythical person is.
right.
I
That
was like,
unicorn.
I was just like, man, your life is going to be one ball of misery.
Well, you can even tell her, like, even one thing, you're like, okay, you want to go with that. Listen to the law, because the law has this one statement that they catch a lot of fools on: the intent to distribute.
Yeah,
The intent to
criminal intent
distribute.
to defraud, whatever.
So
Intent
you can say,
fucking
I didn't
matters.
intend to do that. I intended to take all of that fucking liquid LSD. That was all for me. 2 of those gallons, those are mine. What? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. They say, oh no, motherfucker, there was intent to sell. See, that's when you look at people, you're like, come on. Or that's someone that hasn't even had to deal with shit really in life, where you just like, are you fucking, it's called a catch-22. It's there, you dumbasses.
Yeah,
It's there.
yeah.
You know,
I
you're
mean,
just
that's,
mad that it's getting put on you. Hmm.
if I'm 100% honest, it's one of the reasons why I don't write fiction anymore, is because about probably, yeah, like 7 or 8 years ago, I was trying to sell my last book, and I had editors come back to me and say, you know, they asked me what my race was first,
Yep.
and then they'd be like, well, we really need to give this to a diversity editor because you portray black people this way. And I was like, when did I say they were black? I never mentioned, I don't write about race. I write about boys and missing
Right.
fathers. That's my thing.
Right. Right.
Never did I mention
Next time, say
anybody's
missing
race.
fathers first. Next time, say missing fathers first.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That didn't sound. I write about boys. Wait, whoa.
Boys and their fucked up dads. That's what I write about.
Yeah.
And
Right, you do. That's why I'm like
and
looking at you
and
like
they were
you've
like,
never.
no,
Mhm.
you can't write these types of things without it getting cleared by one of our diversity editors. And I just said, please pull my book. Do not consider it. There's no way that I'm going to give you this book. And then
Fucking stupid.
a writer friend, tell me the same thing. She's like, you need to hire a diversity editor
The
for
fuck are they
a
talking
bit of
about?
fiction. She's like, well, it just sounds black. And I'm like, you realize how racist that sounds?
But
You
see,
realize how
now,
racist you sound right now?
not
And
only
that was
does it racist,
seven
but
or eight, 9 years ago.
right, but see, that also can harken back to where we can even point out when they're like, hey, there's not systemic racism. It's like, okay, how did they? Not how. It's like these people picked up on it that it was a black person that you were writing about. And
Yeah,
you're like, but how would you think that? Because most black people portrayed this way. And
right,
so
right,
now that's what is embedded in you. And
right,
therein
right.
lies where you try to point people like, no. It's like, well, how the fuck would you come up with that? You,
Exactly. It's like, if you won't take the person's word for it who created these characters,
right, right,
like I have all the impetus in the world to tell you everything you want to hear. You want to publish my book. There's money in
right.
it for me. There's fame in it for me. And then you're telling me, if that's what you say, and I really, really, really want that, I'll tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear. And the person is whose book it is not telling you what
Right.
you want to hear. Maybe they're telling the fucking truth. Like,
Exactly.
it's just like, they're like, well, I don't think that you have the right to write about other races' experience. And I'm like, bullshit,
What
I
the
don't.
fuck? What the fuck
Bullshit,
are they?
I don't. And then I started looking around. I was looking around at, like, my friends who are writers. What are they writing
Right.
about? Just about white people, like mythical white people in some
Right.
faraway land. And,
Mythical Stan Smith.
or like, like, oh, well, we're the quirky Europeans. Ha ha ha. And it's just
Yeah.
like, you guys you've self-censored. And that's the thing about all of this that I hate the most, is the
Mm-hmm.
self-censorship. Fuck that. I will
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
censor myself. I'll definitely be
Mm-hmm.
careful, you know. I'll definitely be
Right.
fucking careful because I don't want to hurt
Right.
people's feelings. But if I got a thing to say, I'm gonna fucking say it. And if I say it in a
Hey,
fucking black scent, whatever.
fuck you. Fuck you for thinking that way. Fuck you for thinking that way. That's
while I'm
on you.
wearing
That's not on. Yeah.
a hockey jersey.
Yeah. That's not on you. That's on them. That's some more shit right there. He's like, motherfucker, you
You
see
know.
this hockey? You see this? Come on. Like,
Well, speaking of hockey, Lou, there seems
uh-oh.
that there's some stuff going on north of the border where apparently I'm told that hockey is a very popular sport, as is curling,
Yeah.
figure
I've
skating,
heard that too,
and
don't you
other
know?
ice sports. But apparently there's something else that's very popular in Canada. It's this trucker thing, and I can't remember if we talked about it in the last show because it's been going on for a
we
bit.
Yeah, we did touch on it because we were making fun of our politicians because they're the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what to say about these motherfuckers because both sides do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to hear this shit. But to watch the Republicans sit there and cheer these truckers on, which if you even start to read some of their
It's
it's not about COVID. It's not it you know it, and they're cheering them on, saying, yes, this is what they need to do. Man, and they invited them down here to come do a protest down here with us. Rand Paul did it. DeSantis, whatever the fuck governor from Florida has done it. And that
yeah.
same governor put into law that you can't protest in the middle of the street and clog up
I
fucking,
know, I know.
the roads.
It's yeah. If it's Black Lives Matter, then fuck that protest. But if it's Canadian truckers, then you go, boy. You
We need you. Send
it
them
it
up.
it's so crazy because you're totally right. Both sides do this, and if you read like NPR or CNN, like
Yeah.
you'd think that this is a convoy of neo Nazis with like chattel in their trucks of like ovens and they've
Yeah.
rounded up all the Jews and homophobes and all this. It's just like, what? No, that's
Yeah.
not it either, motherfucker.
Yo,
That's not it either.
it's
Like,
somebody.
how did NPR, which used to be a trusted news, how did
Mhm.
NPR get so sideways?
Well, it came all again about what 4 or 5 years ago, back when old Mister,
Oh, man,
I
Trump
mean,
derangement syndrome.
yeah, I mean, it has come so hard about that where you're just looking at people like you're like, but really, I mean, there's not, I mean. I understand that you want to say that, like, well, I'll just use an example. Hillary Clinton, all them, they're liars. They're liars. I'm like, yeah, okay.
And murderers.
But why didn't you use the same logic towards picking your candidate? It's like when you show them that and they tell us that, oh, no, you just don't like him and you're trying to go against everything. It's like, okay, no,
Well,
I'm
well,
just asking
so,
you.
here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that. I know I live in South Dakota, bro. I know
Yep.
plenty of people who support Trump. Plenty of
Mhm.
people. I got my neighbor right across the alley has a Trump 2024 flag hanging on his house.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
And it went up like January 7th, you know? Like and I talked to these people, people in my family support Trump.
Right?
And I asked
Hmm.
them and I'm like, does it bother you that he lies so much? And everyone says, yeah, it bothers me. Does it bother you that he's like a bully? He's not a nice person. Like, I want America above all else to be represented by a nice person because I'm a nice person. Americans are not
Yeah.
mean people. Like, we're not mean spirited. We might be a little
No.
overzealous. We might be a
Hard
little
headed. Yeah.
pushy. Yeah, hard headed.
Hmm.
There's a
Hmm.
lot of things you
Hmm.
can say about Americans, but I feel like Americans are nice people. And I want to be
Yeah.
represented by someone who's nice. And they're like, yeah, I wish that he was nice. I wish that he wouldn't swear. I wish that, he hadn't been divorced
Yeah.
3 times. All these things, right? All of his flaws, they all acknowledge. And then I'm like, but why? Like, why do you support him? Well, various reasons, right? Like,
Right,
I
right,
can't
right.
support
Okay,
Hillary. Okay, I get that. Or it makes libs cry. Okay, I guess so.
okay.
But it's just
Yeah.
like, they acknowledge his faults, but then they just ignore them. They're like, I was
Yes.
like, would you vote for me for city council if I did all the things that he did? And they'd be like,
No.
no, no. And I'm like, well, president, little bit bigger than city council.
Yes. And yet you're behind this motherfucker. And you and I both, we've asked those questions many times because
Yeah.
I'm big on that. Just because I mean, you can just go out and look.
Yep.
Democrats, when you fuck up and you're a Democrat, they will tell you. They're fucking
Yep.
giving Biden his shit right the fuck now. Right the fuck now. The
Oh yeah. Well, he's
Republicans,
fucking up.
they won't do that. They told the line. They're like, oh no, he's better than sliced bread and all this. And you're just
Oh
looking
yeah,
at
yeah.
them like, okay, you're like, look, that's the total difference. And
Right.
that's not a good way to fucking
No,
govern.
no,
And,
it's not.
it really isn't. And then
No.
that's why I get back at them like the Republicans. I'm like, well, if you're gonna put up for this shit and then you get mad about this, what the fuck? What how does that work? How does that work?
Yeah.
Y'all just look over the lie. That's what gets
Well,
me. Because I
but
ask him,
yeah.
what did he pass besides the tax bill? What did he pass on infrastructure, any of that shit? And what did they say? No, he didn't because of Democrats. What do you mean? The Republicans held the House, the Senate, and the fucking White House. What are you talking
Right.
about?
Right. Right. Well, it's just like right now, it's the opposite, but the same thing. It's
Yeah.
like Democrats control the Senate, the House, and the White House, and they can't get shit done. And they're blaming Republicans. And you're just like,
Right.
wait a second, bro.
Yeah.
No, no. But the thing is that, like with the Trump presidency, just like with Biden, apparently,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
weird. One difference I would have thought they would have had was like substantive policy, but
Mm-hmm.
Trump is not a substantive person, right? He's not.
Nope.
Biden
Nope.
loves to jail black people, so
Mm.
I thought that maybe he'd do some legislation about that.
Not a damn.
But like, how little has got like the child tax credit. So Trump did that, right?
Right. Yep.
And Biden and Congress decided not to renew it. It's just out of the
Bastards.
blue. They're just like, fuck you. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
man, dude, I was counting on that fucking money. You know how hurt I am? I own a
Yeah.
business. My wife has a full-time
Mm-hmm.
job. How hurt we are by that.
They don't care.
What about other people who are like working at Amazon or
Mm-hmm.
Grubhub delivering pizzas? It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
How hurt those people must be by that. They're saying
Mm-hmm.
like 1 in 7 kids. We've talked about this a gazillion times since the
Yep.
pandemic. 1 in 7 kids is going hungry.
Hungry. Mm-hmm.
Hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's one thing that we can get behind, it should be no hungry kids.
Food.
How about
It
no
should be
hungry
food.
kids?
It should be, yeah.
Let,
Should be
let's,
food. I mean, when we watched
let's
during the
give kids
pandemic when
food.
they were destroying food, and I would sit there and I'd look over at my wife. I'm like, we got kids that are fucking starving. How is this a problem? How?
Yeah.
And the government red tape, this and that. No, it's not government red tape. It's not.
Bro? Did you hear about that shit that they did down? Fuck all if I can't remember, somewhere in Arkansas, maybe. It was at like a slaughterhouse, and it was right at the start of the pandemic. They're like, oh, we can't process all these pigs, and so they
And they
just
slaughtered them.
no, they locked them all in a barn, closed the doors and windows, and they just suffocated to death over the course of days.
That is, where the fuck was Peter? That's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting.
It's fucking gross. First of all, these animals lived a life of misery anyway.
From jump.
Like there's one thing, dude, that I'm so happy about is I know where my meat comes from. My meat comes from a a farmer, a guy that I know
Yeah.
who takes care and
Yeah.
loves his animals, all this shit. And I buy my pig from his daughter, who does the same thing. I buy my
Before
chickens and turkeys from people that they're just right over there. I can
right.
go and look at the bird and say, that one. And it's just running
That
around.
one.
It's just
That
running
fat
around.
one right there.
Being out of that fucking, that it's just misery. You know, I just, when I go to the grocery store and I see the styrofoam plastic wrap packages of meat, I just think there's packaged misery. They're just selling
Yeah.
misery for $5.99 a pound. And it's
Right.
like, I don't know, how do I get off on this shit? Because
He said, I took this tangent and went that way with it, ladies and gentlemen.
I totally did. But
But it's funny that you mentioned about go.
The thing about these truckers is like, when it was a GoFundMe, took all their fucking money, and then the Canadian government, like, what? Here's the thing that I thought of this week is that we've seen during COVID now, because remember, everybody's like, well, there's lots of free countries in the world, not just the United States, dummy. And now you see all around the world, which country is free? There's one, and it's this one.
Yes. Yes.
Like they're beating people in the streets in Australia for being out of their houses.
Out and about.
They're bringing in, like, what is this fucking Terror Wars Act that now the government can do whatever the fuck it wants.
Fuck they want. Mm-hmm.
Like, this is going on in Canada. This is 4 hours from my fucking house, man. Wolverines. You know? Like,
Wolverines.
Bullshit. This is right near my fucking house. Send guns.
Send guns fast.
Because I'll tell you what, if they come pouring over the border, I got a bunch of bird shot for their ass, but that's about it.
They'll be walking away with a limp, goddammit. Don't limp away. Don't limp away. I'm surprised you haven't started making your own bullets and shit.
It's in the works, we'll say. It's in the works.
American. That's American, ladies and gentlemen. American right there. Make your own bullets. That's American.
You know,
that is.
It's not hard. It's really easy. If you can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the right order. I was just
gonna say that. Bake a cake, whatever. Yeah. You know not to put your hand on the hot stuff.
Right. If you put the peanut butter on the right side of the bread, you can make a shotgun shell.
Yeah, you can. Don't worry. If you put it on the right side, don't worry. We can fix that. We can fix it.
But you know, England, the same thing. France, the same thing.
Right.
Switzerland, Sweden, all these places.
Right.
Oh, you thought you were free. The government tricked you into thinking you were free. Your ass ain't free.
Exactly.
Your ass ain't free.
No.
You know,
and
a lot of people
to tell you the honest. Yeah, I was going to say, and to tell us the honest God truth, even about here. Yeah, we say we're the free country and all this. And what I always keep telling people, go say the Pledge of Allegiance. It doesn't say freedom. It says liberty. Okay? Liberty is a word that they will be able to take away from you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? So I want you to realize that, because that was even told to me by a sergeant of mine in the Marine Corps. He said, hey, Lou, he even broke it down. I was like, what? Yeah. He goes, yeah, you're free. Yeah. But trust me, they're giving you liberty to do what you want to do, because they can't. I mean, there would be an uprising, but I'm just saying, you know, they give you a lot. They give you a lot of leeway, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably the best way of putting it. They give you a lot of leeway.
They give you a lot of leeway. I mean, they do. I mean, hell, look about this one school with that school, the school system in Indiana. They give them so much leeway that they're letting the parents opt out of learning about Black history or some history of America. They're actually saying, hey, if you'd like to opt out of this lesson for the month, you could do so. You could do so. I mean, like,
Can I opt out of Black History and algebra?
yeah, exactly. The geometry on that motherfucker, because I only got as far as the Pythagorean theorem. Could I out that, please? Could I? I, I mean, think about it. Like that's what's so funny is they even have cowed down. Like when the other side says, "Oh, the teacher, you're teaching critical race theory, blah blah blah. You're doing it. How dare you don't give it?" These motherfuckers said, "Hey, you don't have to learn about your history." And let's not get the shit stupid and cricket and all that. For you people out there, it's your history too. Okay?
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's all yours.
That's the thing. We're just saying those are all of our words, and this is
Yeah,
all of our history. Like we have to own the whole fucking thing. Like we
we
can't just
got to.
take one slice of pumpkin pie. You got
Yeah.
to have the whole thing.
You got to have the whole thing with whipped cream on it. See, a lot of them too are scared because they're gonna have their grandchildren, great grandchildren, look at them and say, "Mommy or Grandma, why did you throw a rock at the girl that tried to go to school? When she was 4 years old or whatever." Like that's what they're more afraid of. They're more afraid of being asked why they did it. That's the thing.
Well,
I mean, really.
It's pretty funny. Like growing up here, right there, or my kids growing up here. Excuse me,
Right.
my kids growing up here. It's very white, right? But there
Mhm.
is a lot of diversity if you look. A lot of Native
Right.
Americans, a
Hmm.
lot of
Hmm.
Latinos, uh,
Yep.
because of the energy production and the meat packing plants that are all around here.
Right here.
Which, by the way, a lot of people, if you ask them, have a big problem with. And you're just like, why? Don't you like tacos? Because I do. Like
Yeah.
they
Taco
come here to
Tuesdays,
work.
man. Come on.
They come here to work, and then next thing you know, you got a good Mexican restaurant.
Like a
It's really that
bullshit.
simple.
Yes, 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 yes.
But uh, my son, my oldest, was saying, I asked him, "Are you learning about Black History Month? It's Black History Month. Are you
Yeah.
learning?" He's like, "No, not really." And I'm like, "Why aren't they teaching that at school? It's Black History Month. Like that should be a thing." But
Hmm.
then he'll say things to me. He's like, "Hey, Dad, why did they shoot Dr. Martin Luther King? Because all he
Hmm.
wanted people to do was to be nice to each other.
Hmm.
And, all he wanted to do was to have brown people be equal with white people."
Right.
And they're like, "Well, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would so much?" And it's like, if a fucking 7-year-old can get that,
Yeah.
and I was just like, it doesn't make any sense to me. The most important thing for us to do is to treat everybody just like how we want to be treated. And that means be
Hmm.
nice to
Hmm.
them. If they got a load of groceries, hold the door open for them, whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
It
just
also
about,
means more than one paragraph on slavery in your fucking history books. I
yeah.
mean,
And
it's
it's,
got to go down to that.
the Black History thing, it is like, apparently the entire state of South Dakota opted out of Black History Month. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, I hear what you're saying about the questions, like, but I don't mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like, have I been perfect my whole life? No, I haven't. But like,
Oh,
I don't
I sure
mind
the fuck haven't.
discussing this with my kid. Like, I want to have these
Right.
hard conversations. Like that's my job
Right.
as dad is to
Right.
be like, well, this is fucked up, but let me break it down for you. This is how it
Right.
really happened. Because it's like, with I made a promise to both my kids. I was like, look, I'm never gonna lie to you. Never gonna lie to you. You
Mm.
ask me a question, I'll tell you the truth. And,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
as much as you can process, right? You're not gonna, hey
Right.
dad,
Right.
did you
Right.
do drugs? Well, yeah, I snorted methamphetamines off a girl's
Yeah.
ass, and, and you're just like, TMI, dad. You know?
I was like, "Ooh, I remember that time in '93." Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I know. That just gave me a headache just thinking about it.
Yeah. I was like, "Whoa, don't take me back to that
And what I
motherfucker."
wonder where she is now. She's
Yeah.
probably like she's probably a politician. Honestly.
Uh, probably. She could work that field, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Yep.
but that is true. I mean, my kids ask me questions, and I've answered it always fully to them. Told them, hey, this and that. Gave them examples, even with we on wide range of topics. We do that constantly. From why I don't go to fucking church and this and that to other things. Where
Because you're
I
afraid of
see a lot
catching
of
on
other families
fire.
don't do that. Yeah, because I would get struck down and anybody around me.
What's that? We were talking about Carlin earlier. Isn't that Carlin bit? If he's like, I don't believe in God, but if there is a God, will he please strike down this entire audience?
Yeah, exactly. And everybody's like, whoa, wait, what?
Whoa.
And that's comedy, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how you do it.
That's
But
how you
yeah,
do
I
that.
mean, that's how you do that. And it is hard nowadays because as we keep making fun of it, but we'll see the stupid things. I mean, opting out of Black history. I mean, that's things of that nature. Not wanting, still somehow, some way, we're putting blackface on students in the school. Things where you're just like, come on. Both sides, ladies and gentlemen, both sides do it. I mean,
Why?
we always say,
Why mandate that a guy who sits alone all day in a vehicle have to be vaccinated? Why mandate that? Like it doesn't like why? Don't you have better things to do? Like is every other
right.
problem solved? We already know vaccines don't fucking work. They don't fucking work. They're not stopping
They just
anybody
make it
from
so
getting
you don't
sick.
get it as bad.
Right. Right.
That's all they do. That's
That's
it.
called therapy.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's not called a fucking
Hmm.
vaccine. This is from someone who's been vaccinated and been vaccinated for a fucking long time.
Hmm. So back. And
Why?
we've all said the
Why?
same.
Like have you solved global warming? Have you solved like Jesus any number of
No,
child poverty? The war
there
in
shouldn't be
Yemen?
a mandate. Yeah, I don't think there should be a mandate. I think you should leave it up to the own individual business. Now, the government, they're their
I
own fucking
yeah.
entity. If that's what they want to do, hey, God, please, I do not care. And this is why I say to people when they go, but this and that, it's like, well, wait. If you own a company and they tell you don't have to make a dick cake, because it's your company and that's the way you run it, then that's why you get to do whatever the fuck you want with your company. If you decide that you say, hey, I want everybody vaccinated, well, God bless you. It's your company. You
I
can say that,
you
you
know,
know?
I don't you hate it when people go, with respect, I disagree.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Fuck it.
I
Just
say
tell me you
fuck
disagree,
you and
motherfucker.
fuck
Yeah.
that because I don't think that a company should tell you to do shit except for show up on time and work correctly.
Hey, true. People say that, but their bottom line got fucked with hard during that shit.
What
So,
like
but that's
Amazon
what I'm
like
saying. Hey,
tripled its worth,
be right. Yeah, it sure did. Them
and they have
motherfuckers.
a vaccine mandate.
Yeah, but see, that's the company. If the company decides to do that, fuck them. They can do it, and then you
No,
don't have to work for them,
I
right?
100% disagree with that. No, it's not like people see this is coming from
Right.
a motherfucker who's never had to have a fucking job in his life.
Nope.
Like we should not be taking advice from you about workplace safety and the like. Look, the thing is that a company this is the same reason why I say like fuck you if you make me take a drug test. Why? What business is it of yours if I smoke weed or do
Mm-hmm.
whatever when I'm not at
Mm-hmm.
work? What business is
Mm-hmm.
it? Oh, you make me cut my hair to work here? Fuck you. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
take out my
Yeah.
piercings? Fuck you. Oh, I can't
Fuck
have
you.
tattoos? Fuck you. A company should not be able to say what you do with your body. It shouldn't be
Mm,
able to say that. You know?
mm.
Hey, do you
You
show up
shouldn't.
on time? And do you work?
Yeah.
Yes, I do those things. Do you
Mm-hmm.
steal office
Mm-hmm.
supplies? No, I don't. Do you do you do you
Mm-hmm.
call out,
Yeah.
on false pretenses? Well, maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you know, I'm not
But that,
harassing
but they ain't gonna
anybody.
know about that.
I'm
Yeah.
not
I mean,
rude to people. I do the best job that I can, and then I want to go home and live my fucking life.
mm.
I don't want the company
I
calling me
agree
up
with
on
you on
a
that.
Saturday. excuse me, are you going out to a club tonight? Because that's not allowed.
Fuck you. No,
Fuck you.
no,
I already work
no.
for you. I give you my life. I give you 40 hours a week plus. And now you're
Yeah, you
telling me,
did. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, you
now I
did.
got to do this other thing. Oh, now you got to do this other thing. No, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
That
Hey,
a company should not have that much personal power over your body.
mm, hey, all I'm saying is if they get asked, you got to do it. I mean, you don't have to do it. Because look, that's what I've heard all the time. Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, we know I
Man, I
don't
thought I
have a
thought I
job. I
made a
don't work.
really compelling argument.
Well, I'm trying to, but that's why I'm coming from the other side when I'm saying, hey, remember when everything got shut down because of this, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
so I'm just going off of thinking, well, all this shit got shut down and everybody got mad that the shit got shut down, and they
Yeah.
decided to do that. And some of these
Yeah.
companies did have their bottom line hurt. And if per se it did
Yeah.
happen again and some of these people didn't get, vaccinated and this and that, and then the shit comes to a halt again to a sole place, that'll hurt your bottom line. That'll hurt.
Yeah.
That's
I
where I was
and
kind of looking at from. Mm-hmm.
and I get that if it
Mm-hmm.
worked. Like if it actually worked the way that they said it worked. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
You know,
Nope.
you can still get
Right.
it. You can get it 10 times. You can get vaccinated 40 times. It ain't
Right.
going to help. Like, you get it or not. The Surgeon General and his entire family has COVID. How
They
many
do,
vaccines
don't
has that guy got? A million?
they? They do.
10,000?
And he
How
has
many?
access to everything. Hell,
He has
Trump
access
even
to
got it.
everything except for ivermectin. Now
Mm.
that he's sick, he's like, oh, I wish I had ivermectin. Oh, but I
And that's
outlawed that.
is that the antibody one?
No, that's monoclonal antibodies.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, this shit's evolving and all that, and I do see where you're coming from on that, and
Hold
and
on, let me.
and I
Yeah, keep going, keep going,
uh yeah, I was
keep
just
going.
saying I get that, and I'm trying to think about how to incorporate that, and I mean, you are right. I mean,
Hey,
you even
Francis,
run a business, all that, and then I'm just looking at it
do you
on
study
like I
Black
said on
History
that.
Month in February? No? Do you?
mm, mm. What's that?
You only study, according to the kids, you only
Yeah.
study Black history in seventh grade.
Mm. Okay. All right. So
In
he's got a
February.
long time to wait until seventh grade, huh?
Yeah, but only
I
in
mean,
February.
only in February. Oh. Well,
Wait, is it
I
Black?
know.
Maybe they should rename it. Instead of Black BLACK history, it should be BLACC history.
He said, bring
Put
it
some
all the way
black
back to
scent
the
on that
same
shit.
extent. Yeah, put some respect up on that motherfucker. Put some respect. Well, and again, I mean, all this is a unique subject and things for us all to tiptoe around. I mean, I'll just go back and just be like, fuck, it wasn't us. I mean, not us, but it wasn't us. It wasn't people of color that kept all the history of what they did and this and that out of the books. They had nothing to do with that. And when they turn around and they start asking to be thought of and to be put into, whatever, I do think they fucked up by saying Black History Month. But they should have just started incorporating all the fucking history, which they didn't. I mean, that's the easiest way. And we know hindsight's 2020, blah, 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 blah. But again, I mean, singling it out for 1 month, that was fucking wrong. You know that. I mean, shit, that's all we kept hearing. Oh, you guys get 1 month. You get 1 month. You get 1 month. It's like,
Well, and then
what?
conversely, remember the big joke was, oh, February is the shortest month, so we're always getting fucked.
Yes,
It's like, don't you
exactly.
understand the cultural significance of February for your people?
Yeah, exactly. Or my other one is, oh, we get 1 month. I'm like, we talk about the other part of history every fucking day, motherfucker. I had to learn why the cotton gin was invented. But you know what? Niggas still
There
had
was
to go
no
out there and
slaves.
pick that
It's
cotton.
because there's no slaves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, but that's what I'm saying. It's like when you try to sit down.
Dude, when I was taught, I remember being taught about the cotton ginning. You know, nobody ever
Right.
told me, hey, that's because there were no slaves no more, that we had to figure this shit out, how to process this stuff. It just came to me one day. I was like, the cotton gin was
Mhm.
invented in what? Like 18, when was it invented? Let's see.
Oh shit.
Cotton gin.
Yeah, but they still had to pick the cotton to get to the gin.
Fucking Eli Whitney, that fucking racist.
Everybody's racist, goddamn it. Everybody. You know? And that's the thing, yeah. And that's what we keep pointing out this and that, and they like, get to hear, oh no, black people, we talk about black people all the time, da, 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 they're just so sad, they're just so insecure. Da, da. It's like, oh goddamn. I, I, I don't know. I guess it's just going to have to come down when people start recognizing each other as Americans. I don't know. I mean,
I think game needs to recognize game. You know what I'm saying?
game, thank you. What up, game? That is the truth. I mean, we've been through it. We see the shit that's changing, but still, it sometimes remains the same. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's famously pointing out how racism over because there was a black president, and then you go, well, they said that when Frederick Douglass became a fucking senator. Oh, there's no more racism. There's no slavery. There's none of that. He was a senator. Like,
What do you,
it's
which black president were you talking about? Clinton? There was a black,
Clinton, the black president.
the first black
So
president.
Obama wasn't.
Obama was the first woman president.
Who's married to a man?
Man, speaking of, goddamn, someone kick her in the pants and tell her to run for president. Her and The
Oh,
Rock. Michelle
oh,
Obama and The Rock.
oh,
I'm fucking all balls
oh,
deep in that. I don't care
oh.
if
But
she runs with,
who would be for president though?
Michelle
Which
Obama,
one?
because
Thank you.
Michelle.
Okay, okay, yeah. I think she'd
Michelle.
have a little bit more better diplomacy than him. Yes,
No, her
yes, yes,
diplomacy.
yes.
Remember, she would get pissed. Remember, she would fucking clap back at motherfuckers. She was
But see,
wearing that
that's what.
dress, and then people were
Yeah.
talking shit about it. Republicans were, and she just clapped back at those motherfuckers.
But see, that's
She's
what we
like, she's
need,
like,
right?
don't get
Because
it twisted. This guy ain't black. I'm the black
yeah,
one here. Don't get it twisted.
she said, "Oh no, motherfucker! Ho ho ho!"
Do
But
not.
yeah, it's just funny. Like you said, yeah. I mean, if you could just have it run that way, do you know how many people would just be up in arms? The Republicans would just lose their shit. I said Biden should nominate either her or her husband for fucking Supreme Court justice.
You know what I've heard is that Biden was thinking about putting Kamala Harris up for so he could get rid of her ass. You know that
Whoa.
she is the most unpopular vice
Oh,
president
yes.
ever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not
Why?
happy with
Oh
it.
no. I mean, I'll tell you what. I voted
Mm-hmm.
for the guy. I ain't doing it again. I ain't doing it again. I'm sorry. This dude
Mm-hmm.
sucks. I hate
Yep.
her. I already hated her. I'm from California, motherfucker. I know about
Mm-hmm.
this lady. I know the only
Yep.
reason she's there. Well, never mind. I'm gonna slow my roll on
Easy,
what I was about ready to
easy,
say.
easy, Cletus. Easy, Cletus. Easy, Cletus. Easy, easy, Cletus.
all I have
Easy.
to say is just go back and look at her history.
Yeah.
Just go back
Well,
and
yeah,
look.
but see, the one thing that I did not like what they did to her is when they start getting on her about her affair with Willie Brown.
Oh, that's what I
Like
was just going to
they,
bring up, and I decided not to.
yeah. Oh, where you go? Okay. Well, see, that part of it always kind of pissed me off because I'm just like, wait a minute, y'all motherfuckers let Trump take his little dick and swab it. Talk about doing all these things, and y'all said that was okay, and now they just Biden and the hoe. It's like,
Well, yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, let's face it. That there's a bit of racism there with
oh,
that language, right? Like I've seen
you're
that, and
bullshit.
I've just been like, this is a time where I think, and see, you don't shoot all of your bullets at once. So you can't say Ariana Grande is racist or Billie Eilish or Olivia Rodrigo
Right.
is racist,
Yeah.
who is a person of fucking color, by the way,
Mm, mm.
because they use Aquafina's BLACCENT. No, no, no. Don't shoot at that target over there.
Yeah.
Shoot at
Yeah.
this one. What's
Exactly.
real and what's not?
It's not. Oh,
You
oh,
know,
I
you know what
know.
I mean? It's like,
I know.
hey, there's a target that means nothing. Like
Right.
sometimes, so liken this to here's the thing that maybe
Mm,
some of our listeners will be more in tune with. Liken this to looting.
mm.
If you're going into a store to loot, are you stealing tampons and vitamins, or are you stealing PS5s and flat screen TVs?
PS5s and flat screen TVs for 500.
Exactly, and the newest Jordans, you know,
Uh,
and that gold
those, yes.
chain. I'm not
Yeah,
taking,
two of those, please.
I'm not stealing fucking Kleenexes and Vaseline.
No, no,
That's a weird
no.
analogy, but you know, probably where my mind is right now.
But
Uh,
I mean, you are right. And you are. You ain't
it
going in there
means
for
my lips are chapped and my nose is stuffed up. Is actually
that.
what it means. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My nose is
Oh,
stuffed up, and I didn't get in the sauna today. Usually,
oh,
like if I'm stuffed up, I get in the sauna,
mm,
and that just clears it up. But
that's it.
I didn't do it. Instead, I just fucked off
Oh,
all day
man, how
long,
could you do that?
and then I
Man, I can put
started.
you right up
Then
there
I
with Aquafina. Hmm.
then I started drinking liquor.
Oh, there ain't
So
nothing wrong with that. I think that's where you did go right.
no, there.
I mean,
What do we say in our black accent? There ain't no shame in my game.
ain't no shame in your game, nigga. That's how they say it now. Yeah. I know. My daughter, you know, she was on the phone with her girlfriend, and and my wife, she had come back from. Do you remember that restaurant in the city called Asia SF?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I've been to it. Great place. I mean, I thought
Holy shit! Speaking of that,
uh
in my Facebook feed, okay,
right.
a picture came up suggested for
Oh,
you.
oh,
It was my wife and a bunch of
what?
her girlfriends sh- bending over and showing their asses for the camera in front of Asia SF. And I
Oh,
said, "Hey, wife, this looks like you." And she goes, "Oh my God, where did that come from?" And I said, "This is suggested for me on Facebook." And she just turned white. And I was like,
what?
the only reason that I know it's you is because I can tell by the back of your
Because
head.
I
What's
know
that
that
Beastie Boy?
ass, girl.
What's the Beastie Boys lyric? I recognize your girl
Put
from the back of her head.
your head. Oh shit!
Holy shit! I just
Oh, you know that ass, motherfucker. You know that ass. God damn it! Yeah, you won that game. Like the only reason I know, yeah, is the back of the head. You know that ass, man. Oh, oh shit! That was hilarious.
I should just mic drop and just let you talk for the rest of
Oh, that.
the.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that was that goes up there with our jokes that are enjoying ourselves and laughing at everything. That is hilarious. Oh my god! And wait, how did it get up there? Like whose shit? Like don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. It must have been
Oh
one of her friends that was in the picture too.
yeah, well,
It must have,
had to be.
and maybe I'm friends with one of her friends or whatever, and it just came up, and I was like, oh,
Mm.
that's the mother of my children.
That ass. He went that
I,
head.
No,
That ass.
well, the thing
My wife.
was that, as far as I remember, I don't think that she. It was so old that I don't think that she was
Right.
a mom at this point.
Oh.
You know,
No.
but you are now. So, oh man. But
And so now we know why you're not going to run for office of anything. Come on, Susan, run. No, no, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't run. Half the shit I said is illegal.
I know. All they have to do is just listen to an episode of Hanging with Old
Yes,
Lou.
yes, yes. It doesn't
An
matter.
episode.
And talking about this, that, not only saying the N word, so I'll be nice to you, saying the N
So,
word, but talking about taking LSD, some
so
mushroom.
I'm looking. I'm on NPR.com,
Mm.
and I was about ready to click into the Penn swimmer, the trans
Mm.
woman, had a record-breaking week at the Ivy League championships. Of course she did.
Mm-mm.
But
Yes.
next to it is a ad that
Mm.
says, "Celebrate the strength of Black with a capital B communities." The ad is for State Farm, who famously wouldn't pay Black folks
Mm.
in New Orleans for Katrina.
It's Katrina. Yeah. But they've changed.
I mean,
They've
it's the
changed.
the hypocrisy. Like, they use this as capital, as currency. Now that you have people
Yeah.
getting fucking Pfizer tattoos and shit. Pfizer is the most
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
penalized drug company of
Mm-hmm.
all. Remember when we didn't trust? Remember that? And then I see
Yes.
people like, oh, well, it's a good thing they banned Trump from Twitter because it's a private company. The private companies can do whatever. Oh, so now we're in the lap of big tech too? You mean the
Yeah.
company that's spying on us? All that shit? Now we're their
That's gonna put
friends?
a chip in us. They're putting a chip in us.
Those are our boys now? That's who we roll with? The
Yeah.
people that are
Right.
tearing this country apart? The people that are disadvantaging Black communities
Oh,
with a capital B?
right.
These
Right. And
motherfuckers
it's
are who we roll with? NPR?
damn. Well, they gotta figure out who now, since they can't roll with the gun industry. They're about to get sued out of their ass.
Oh man, that's why I'm just stocking up right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever you can get.
Get get,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, just because. And what's funny too is even my wife, she was like, yeah, we should get some. I'm like, yeah, but guns are fucking expensive. And she's like, yeah, because everybody. I'm like, no, don't get everybody. I said, you walk into a fucking store, there's shit for months that goes all back. They got a bunch of them. They just make them fucking expensive. That's all. Because
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, hey, dude. There's a gun show here next week if you want to fly out.
oh yeah, that'd be nice.
You don't.
You can
There's
fly
no
out.
waiting. There's no waiting. You just buy it.
Yeah, but don't they have to follow the same laws like for Cali? Like if I buy it, don't they have to? Don't they still have to give me a? Okay, I got you, man. Come on
Not
over
really.
here.
Uh, so
Oh, shit.
my favorite thing in the world is looking at the case of a Glock 17, because you know what it says
No.
on it? Not legal in California. It says it in
Oh,
big
really?
bold letters. It's got 16 in the clip and one in the hole.
Oh, damn, 16. Oh. But you could be grandfathered in if you had it,
I don't know. I
right?
don't know the regulations about that. All I know
Right.
is what it says on the case. It says
Said all I know is
big
I got
letters,
one here. Yeah.
not legal in California.
Uh, and that's and that's more or less the capacity to hold
Yeah,
rounds. That's one
right.
of the things with, and I hear people that go, well, if he has 10, that doesn't matter if he
What?
has 16. If he shoots somebody, he shoots them.
What?
Mm.
No, I'm on the podcast. The camera's on, so no.
No.
Okay, I hear you. When is it? For how long?
Mm.
But
Yes, ladies and
here's the
gentlemen.
thing: is that I have a good buddy who he's training me in
Mm.
pistol safety and instruction. And okay,
Right.
I'll be out before then. Okay, we're not going to be that long. Well, maybe I don't know.
Mm, yeah.
The
He's still
things,
young.
the
He
shit
doesn't
you'll
know about
say to
time.
like just get them to walk away. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. You can have a Porsche.
I just said he don't know shit about time. It's all right.
uh, uh, the thing is, so my buddy and I, we were shooting his wife's CNC, which is a Glock.
Okay. Mm.
Glock.
It's a
What is it?
Glock. It's a Glock.
I don't want to get this right because this
A
is the
Glock
only thing that I'm
Murtaugh.
going to fact check myself on. Glock. Uh,
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is American. American will go in depth on your Second Amendment rights. And what are they? You can own a fucking gun, ladies and gentlemen. A gun
yeah.
that fires
I don't know.
multiple rounds.
I think it's called the Glock 38. It's the it's
Mhm.
the it's so it's the slightly small like a
Yeah,
380.
yeah,
The
yeah.
380 is slightly smaller than
Right.
the 9 millimeter. And he's like, I was like, this is a fun little gun to shoot. It's a fun gun to shoot, but I feel like I'm going to blow off the tip of my finger because that's how small the gun
Because it's
fits
small. Yeah,
in my
how
hand.
small. And you usually
And
keep your hand along
yeah,
the.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, but this is a fun gun to shoot. I can be pretty accurate with it and all that. And he's like,
Right.
yeah, it's a nice gun, but what happens when I
No.
need more than 9 rounds?
Yeah.
And I was like, bro,
Where are
why
you?
are we going to need more than 9 rounds?
Yeah,
And he's
you
like,
just
you
heard me
never
say,
know.
"Where are you?" What? What the
He's
fuck?
like, he's
Yeah.
like, you never know.
Never
And
know. But
I was
like,
like, all right,
okay, I,
all
I,
right.
that's I don't know about you, but that's a red flag. You never know. Haha, were you joking, motherfucker? Because I don't want to go riding with you no more. I
No,
don't know. Aren't
it's
you supposed to be a
so
deadly shot?
well. He was like, well, what if there are 10 guys chasing you? And I was like,
Um,
okay. If I
First of all,
shoot
they wouldn't
nine
be
of them,
chasing because he can't run.
first of all, if I shoot the first nine, do you think the 10th guy is going to keep coming?
Yeah, if I'm accurate as hell, now, yeah. I'm gonna tell you by the time you drop the third one.
And he just shrugged. He was just like, I don't know, man. And I was like, well,
Damn,
that's why I do
that just
jujitsu.
yeah.
Like,
I
I'll
don't know
take
what
the
to tell
10th
you.
guy out.
Yeah, but he's all nonchalant. I don't know what to tell you, man. There might be 10 people chasing you. What the fuck? What? Well, you know what? I won't
His
pick up the weapon that only shoots 10.
his his I think I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think that his CNC is also a Glock, but it's the
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 extended,
19.
yeah,
The 19 is the smaller version of the Glock 17, but it only
right.
has 11, I think, in
Damn,
it. I think it only has 11.
yeah. Shit, mine
And I was
has,
just like,
yeah.
you know, it's like
I don't know.
I was telling this guy, I was like, I'm interested in getting the permit, but I'm never going to carry. I'm never going to carry.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really, yeah.
why would I carry? You know, why?
Mm.
To
And
me, it's crazy, and I enjoy guns. I enjoy shooting them. I enjoy everything about them. But why would I carry? Like, yeah, I of course. I'm I'm from South Dakota. I've got a shotgun with
in
probably
your fucking,
in
yeah.
my truck with
That's what I was gonna say. In your
enough
vehicle,
ammunition to shoot a lot of things.
right?
But like, I'm not carrying it around with me. It just happens to
No,
be in my truck because this is South Dakota and you have a gun in your truck. You know, it's
there
like
you go.
if you
When
don't
in
have
Rome, motherfuckers.
like just ammunition floating around in the footwells, of your truck, people go, I think he's a little light in the loafers. Meaning he doesn't have a lot of ammunition.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
But why would
didn't
I
Obama take
carry
all
a
the?
fucking
Mhm.
gun with me? Why?
Hey,
Why?
that's not your job.
Dude,
That's not your job.
I know so many cops, feds, people who carry guns.
Right.
I talk to them and I'm like, yo, what do you do for concealed carry, home defense, all this shit? And they're just like, bro, it's not a gun. Like they do jujitsu or they have a dog
Mhm.
or, all these other things before the gun comes into play.
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
well, I've got a shotgun right by my bed in my closet that's ready to rock,
Right.
you know? And they're like, and I've got a dog. And they're just like, what else do you want? You want a
Yeah.
pistol? Like, why? It's like,
You got
I don't know. That's
everything.
what this guy's telling me.
Mhm.
That guy's
You
telling you
got.
that? No. You do
Yeah.
jujitsu, you have a dog, and you've got a shotgun.
Yes. With the right
It's
shells
it's
up in
like,
them motherfuckers.
and it's just like, old Lou says it best, ladies and gentlemen. He's like a broken clock. He's right twice a day, but when he's right, you better fucking listen.
Hey, as I tell
Bullets
people.
don't turn corners. Dogs do.
Nope.
You know,
Yeah. That's
the best
ain't no
home
bullshit, huh?
defense is a fucking dog. I don't care if it's a 30-pound mutt. That's like these like crazy ass. What's that fucking dog breed that's like just insane? Like the Germans use it to round up Jews and shit.
The shepherd?
No, it's like no, it's not a
It
shepherd.
wasn't. It wasn't the Dobie. It wasn't. It wasn't the Rot.
No. Why is it that the fucking Germans have so many vicious dogs? Rottweiler,
That's
Doberman,
a good question.
German
That's,
Shepherd. What the fuck is going on in Germany?
we're trying to think of the other one too that you just mentioned. I'm like, God, I don't know.
Uh,
I can't.
uh,
Wasn't the Dobie? Wasn't that? It wasn't a Baskerville. It wasn't a. Oh God, Mastiff?
it's not a massive.
No,
Isn't that another fucking German dog?
I think so. That's what I was
Or
gonna
is
say.
that an English dog? I think it's an English dog.
Mastiff might be. Oh, okay, okay. We'll go with that. Shit, shit. But that dog, it's a dog that fucking goes out to kill people, eat their ass out, right?
Yeah, I'm like, sorry, I'm looking for it. They say like Rottweilers are not mean dogs,
They're
or aggressive dogs,
well,
you know?
they're not inherently that way. They're very good with the family and all that. I mean, they act, I swear by them. I swear they're protective. They're very protective. That's for goddamn sure. They are. Yeah, but they're not inherently. They aren't a vicious dog.
Cane Corso, that's what I'm thinking of.
Cane Corso. Okay, okay. And that was one
These
that they
fucking
had that
things.
are
These
vicious.
these fucking things just look like Satan wrapped in a dog shell.
Damn, damn. That's vicious. That is vicious. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Damn. I had to drink some of
Uh,
that water. Mm.
yeah, I'm gonna drink some of this
Mm.
clear water that comes in a small glass. It's ice cold. It doesn't freeze in the freezer.
Oh, yes. Yes, I know what you're speaking of. You speak of that great, sweet, sweet, delicious liquor.
Yeah, let me go get some and then we'll wrap it up. But
All
yeah,
right.
those dogs, dude. Like Dobermans too, right?
Yeah.
Dobermans. I've been the only dogs that have bitten me are German dogs, German Shepherds, Dobermans.
Well,
Oh well, I got bit by a pit bull too,
oh,
dude.
damn.
That was so
You
scary.
got bit. You, you've gotten bit
Yeah,
a lot. What are you doing? Did you kick dogs or something, mama?
all the time, all the time with the quickness.
As
A
hard as I
couple,
can, and I giggle.
and as often as I can. Oh, I do laugh about it. Well,
I laugh
so
when I do it. Look right at him. Ha 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 ha.
well, the German Shepherd was definitely my fault because
Uh,
I was throwing snowballs at it, and then it broke off
yeah.
its rope. It was in the
Oh.
yard, in the front yard, tied up, and I was throwing snowballs at it. It got so mad that it broke the rope and chased me. And luckily, I
Oh.
was wearing like snow pants, kid snow pants and a puffy
Yeah.
jacket that it just like ripped the jacket and all that. And then parents came out and started chasing the dog away after it dragged
Oh
me
my
down the
God.
street.
That shit. I wish I could
That
have
was
just
my
been there for the look on both of y'all's faces, the dog's face
when
and
the dog
yours. It's,
when the dog broke loose. I said, "Holy cow! My house is a long way away, and I'm not gonna make it."
the dog's like, this is it. This is it. This is today. This is it. God damn it. This is
Roar!
it. Yeah. You going to 3rd Street now, motherfucker. Arr!
Oh man! And ever since, and
Everybody hated the dog.
every day after that, until those people moved, I'd be walking up the street, the dog would just look at me, and I just would pretend it's not there. That like once you whoop someone's ass, and you
That's,
see them
yeah.
in school,
Yeah.
and they're just like, I'm pretending that never existed. That never
Yeah.
happened.
I'm just going to walk away. Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to
I'm
walk
just
away
gonna
so
go
I can
this
get
way.
another ass whooping.
That was me. That was me and that German Shepherd.
The dog is like, if that motherfucker looks my way, God damn it, I'm going to go get.
It never barked at me again after that. It just sat there and looked.
Yeah.
Not even like tense on the chain, like going all the way to the
Yeah.
chain. Nope, nope. It just sat down and just looked at me and just watched me walk. There's that
That dog
motherfucker.
had you. Yeah. That
That
dog had you.
motherfucker.
Like, he'd be sitting there playing cards with a group of dogs. All of a sudden, you walk by and be like,
Oh my God. I went to somebody's house recently and they
no,
had that
no,
thing hanging up
no,
in a
no.
tapestry. Not a picture, a tapestry. And I said, where in the fuck am
Oh,
I?
oh, Jesus. Was it the original?
It might have been. It was that dusty. I just sat there
You
and looked
started,
at it, and then my
yeah,
kids were like, "Oh my God, Dad, look at this! Dogs are playing cards," and I was like, "No, this is not funny. This is not funny."
oh,
And
because
just
there's a lot of
just with the
thoughts going through.
straightest fucking face, and you just look at them like, "This is a learning moment right now. This is not funny." And
I'd
they
be
just
really
look.
quiet trying to hear for the Twilight Zone song. Like, what the fuck happened
Oh,
here?
dude. Oh my
Isn't
God,
that
dude.
good, Dad? No, son, get in the car right now.
Oh man.
You walk backwards out slowly. Just stay where you are. When none of you fucking have, get in the sun, get in the car tonight, get in the car. All right, I'll stay there. All right, all right. We'll take one bite of this potato chip and then I'm on my way. All right, we'll see you later.
I'll create a distraction by knocking this over. Oh.
We almost had him, Jim. We almost had him. Oh shit. Oh God, that's hilarious. As soon as you even said soon as we talked, soon as you said, "Yeah, I was at a house," you heard me. No, no, no.
And it kept getting worse.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Jesus,
Oh my
Mary, and
God.
Joseph, and the three wise men, and all the sheep and
Yeah.
donkeys, and
Yeah.
baby mangers, and all that shit.
And black baby Jesus, goddamn it. Black baby Jesus.
BLACC, capital BLACC. That'd be
Put
a
some
great name
respect
for.
on it.
That'd be a great name for a rapper who is Latino.
Oh.
Black Jesus.
Yeah,
Like
he's stutter,
he's
motherfucker.
Cuban. He's Cuban.
Oh.
He's a little. He's bald. He's a little overweight,
I'm
and he
intrigued.
always wears aviators.
Oh.
He has like a coral beaded necklace.
Oh, I can
And
see.
and he,
What does he have a white beater
oh yeah,
shirt
oh
on?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh
Is
yeah.
it black or is it white?
It's white. It's
Oh, okay.
crispy. It's
Oh,
crispy.
I know he's bald, but does he have a do rag on?
He wears a bandana around his bicep,
Oh, ah,
and it's red.
so he's affiliated.
He's affiliated with the Lord God Almighty. That's all you need
Oh,
to
oh,
know.
big ups to Brooklyn and oh God, my buddy. I just told my kid yesterday, I said, because they already know what to say if they're going to give a speech in front of everybody. The first words out of their mouth is "Hi, Mom," right? So I've been telling them that. And I said, now, and just yesterday I was telling them, all right, and this is how you do it. We
Don't
say,
tell
good
him
night, everybody. You say, Wu Tang's for the kids. And then you walk off.
that. Wu Tang's for the children, not for the
The
kids, for
children.
the
The
children.
children. For the children. Yeah. Wu Tang's for the children now. Oh, yeah. Got to teach them right, ladies and gentlemen. Teach them right.
Oh man, for the
People won't even
children.
get it. Yeah, for the children now. For the children. For the
Man,
chillins.
I wish that you could see it here right now as we're mere minutes away from this supposed blizzard
Oh,
pelting us
oh,
in South Dakota. It's the most miserable, depressing looking place that you've ever seen in your whole entire life. It's just
oh, damn.
ice and dirty snow.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that dirty snow.
And
Oh,
and
oh,
and the dog has shit
oh,
and
yeah.
ruined the entire yard.
Oh, those bombs are all over the place, ain't they? Oh man, when is it getting clear enough that you're able to go out with a shovel and?
Yeah, yeah, I got to go do that
Uh,
after this podcast. So, ladies and
oh,
gentlemen, now that I've been
oh,
having
okay.
fun with my friend old Lou, you know what
Hey, I've
awaits
been
me
having fun
after
with
the
you
podcast.
too.
So that's why we're 1 hour and 26 minutes in, and I still haven't
Oh,
said goodbye because I know what awaits me after I hang up. I go
hey,
downstairs, and then I look at the kids, and my wife looks at me and goes, "Didn't you guys have something to do out there?"
yeah,
Yes.
yes. Oh God, I hate that when that happens. It's like I was just gonna say something. Now it makes it look like you fucking suggested it, and I'm gonna do it. What you told me.
And it means that I got to get gloves on, hats
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
scarves on,
yes.
my winter boots on.
Oh, got to get it all cleaned. It's
Like
all.
I'm comfortable, dude. I'm in sweatpants and a hockey jersey.
Oh, I know.
Like this outfit says I'm chilling on the couch.
That's what
I'm
it.
having a little liquor, talking
But
with
you're
my
3 years
friends.
away from that. You're 3 years away from that because the oldest then will be right there at the double digits. That means, hey, yeah, I can send you out now. At 10, you can send them right out. I mean, now,
Well,
when
it's
we were
his
growing up, our
fucking
parents sent
job.
us out. Yeah,
It's his
yeah,
fucking job.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
But
know. It was a lot
dude,
different when we were kids.
if
Yeah,
I don't go out there and do it with him,
yeah, it's not
I'll
good there.
find a plastic bag of dog shit in the side
Yeah.
yard. Like
Yes.
it'll be near the garbage can, but it won't be in the garbage can. It'll be in the
With
road.
mold
It'll
on
be
it.
in the driveway. It'll be, dude,
Yes.
I found 3 or 4 bags of dog shit buried under 2 feet of
Yes.
snow.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm like, why is there plastic sticking out of that snow? And I'm like, holy shit.
It's
Literally.
shit. Figuratively and literally. First you see it. I mean, first you say it, then you see it. You're like, oh, motherfucker.
You're just like,
And yes,
mother
ladies and gentlemen.
fucker.
Yes, exactly. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. At that point in time, and we all do, and if you don't admit it, hey, fuck you. But yes, that's when we all go, that motherfucker. Yes, they become motherfuckers. That's a rite of passage. That's just what the fuck happens.
Well, do you want to talk at all? I know that in our pre-show
Oh,
meeting, I got to put my other glasses on. Fuck, dude, I
mm,
lost my
mm.
glasses for like 3 days this week, and they're the
Oh,
worst 3 days of my life. I couldn't read a goddamn thing.
oh, I bet. Damn.
Okay, so we opted out of Black History Month. Uh,
Mm.
uh, the woman who was charged of a crime when they found her DNA evidence,
Oh, the rape kit.
when they got that DNA from a fucking rape kit.
Her rape kit. She was raped.
Her rape kit. Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They arrested her based on DNA evidence from another supposed suspicious event, but they got
Right.
that DNA. So when you commit or when you report and are whatever happens when
Mm-hmm.
you report being raped, they take that DNA
Yep.
and
Mm-hmm.
put
They
it in
took
their
you.
fucking database?
Yes.
Are you
Yes. That's.
fucking kidding me?
I mean, that is
This
so
happened. This
despicable
didn't
and just.
happen, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get it twisted. This
Yeah.
didn't happen in bumfuck Alabama
Nope.
or short pants
In the
Oklahoma.
usual suspect's home. Yeah, it's not where you
This
usually would
happened in
suspect it.
San Francisco,
And
where they
Frisco. I'm
let
just going to say Frisco.
all the criminals out, but not this
All of them.
woman. But not this
No.
woman.
No. And and from my understanding, it wasn't. It was just like they like she left her DNA, or at
Yeah,
the scene.
she brushed her teeth,
Yes,
with
yeah,
somebody's toothbrush.
yeah. And from her leaving that rate, I mean,
Okay, dude, I'm gonna be out.
what has
Okay, I
that
hear
opened
you.
in San Francisco, just in people's mind? I mean, like, how many people now aren't going? How many people are now not reporting things?
This is the thing is that sexual assault and rape are probably next to like some sort of like child abuse the number one
With
crime
child,
that's
yeah,
not reported.
yes,
And why?
yes,
Well, because this fucking swimmer in Stanford like got off with like 2 months. Like
yes.
this fucking lady gets arrested because she got fucking raped. What the
She got
fuck?
raped. Basically, that's how she's getting caught. Yes, yes, yes.
Are you
Mm-hmm.
fucking serious?
Right. And the damage is done. We all know that. Lack of a better word or phrase, the damage has already been done. Even though the San Francisco says, "Well, we're not going to do that anymore. We're stopping." Da, da, da. It's like the damage is already done, motherfucker. I mean, you can't. Like, how many people now are just hesitant to do anything? It's not. It's not like, oh well, then they shouldn't be too scared because they shouldn't think that they're going to be doing an illegal thing that they're going to have to leave their DNA at the crime scene. It's like, well, no, motherfucker, it doesn't even. What if they didn't do anything and their DNA is found there, and then you come and talk with them? So then they got to relive through that whole trauma. Oh man, it was just disgusting when I read that. I was like, God damn, how many people will not come and come forward now? I mean, that's all I'm
Oh,
thinking. Yeah, you know. Mm, people won't come forward and the people won't get prosecuted. The people will not get, just because they're too scared to come forward. But hey, that just goes back to even when, because then you would have to have a discussion on this probably too about the 23andMe thing, because they've caught people on that shit too.
dude.
I mean, it's different, yes, because it's not a rape kit and that part, yes, yes, yes. I'm just showing that hey, it has happened, so to speak, in other areas with you putting your blood out there. But I guess
Yeah.
I figured you must sign something away when you send your blood to these 23andMe places.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
23andMe was the one that told me that I was Jewish.
Oh, there you go. See, I was thinking maybe I should go down to 23andMe route. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, I mean, way to dampen the mood on the show, everybody. But something's got to be told. Something's
Well,
got to
well,
be
I
said.
was
God
I was
damn it!
about ready to even go
Something.
even deeper and darker because the next article I clicked on was about this terrible tragedy, and I'm not even going to bring it up. But
Oh, yeah.
it was this thing that uh, uh, Hillary,
Right.
the Durham is it
Report.
Durham
I thought it was Durham.
report that that there's a pizza joint in Washington D.C.
Yeah.
where
Yeah. The
apparently
downstairs.
apparently downstairs you can get pineapple and anchovy pizza for free. That's what it says. That's what the Dunham report said, or Durham, whatever this fuck this guy. He's fucking
That the same
Canadian.
one where they thought the kids were being child molested, so they broke in to go downstairs.
Well, the funny thing is, the guy's like, "There's no basement here," and then there's like, "Oh yeah, in the basement," and they're like, "Wait, you just said there's no basement here." And he's like, "Oh, I did."
Eh? Oh, oopsies. You want to come see over there? Eh. Oh, he probably was doing something totally illegal that was something totally different. And he's like, yeah, no, I don't have a basement. I'm making my own
No,
gin down there.
it's
No,
it's just called downstairs. It's not called the basement. It's called
it's
downstairs.
just called down.
That's like
That's
me.
right.
I'm with that guy. I don't call my basement the basement. I call it
Yeah,
downstairs. Because why?
downstairs.
It's down the stairs. You don't
Yeah,
go up the
basement is
stairs to
something
get
different.
there. You go down the stairs to get there. You go up the stairs to leave. Anyway, Lou, we're at an hour
Sir.
and 36 minutes.
Ooh,
Uh,
shit. Oh, we went deep on this one. Balls deep.
it's inevitable. I can't run away from the fact that I have to go shovel dog shit
Mm.
now.
No, no, you don't. No,
And
no, no. But you
um,
have whiskey on hand, though, right? Or liquor,
I
vodka,
I
something on
have
hand, right?
I have liquor, I have
All right,
beer,
all right. Mm,
I have plenty of cannabis.
mm.
Uh,
So do I. Mm-hmm,
uh,
mm-hmm.
Actually, you can never have plenty, right? You have.
Yeah.
It's like I have just enough.
And every time I open up and see where the stash is at, that's all I say. And my wife keeps looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna make it. That's some shit from last year. You did, you know. It's not the new shit out here. Like,
Me too.
yeah,
I,
but
I've
you know,
got
I'm like,
stuff from 10 months ago right
yeah,
next to
you
me.
just
Harvested 10 months ago.
that's what I'm talking about. You're just
And
like,
I'm
man,
like, eh,
I I don't think so.
eh.
Yeah,
I
you're like,
that was 2 harvests ago.
yeah, and you're serious too. That's 2 harvests ago, man. It just,
Oh man, it's tight. Shit's tight.
yeah. She was like, look at this box. There's another one over there. And I'm looking
I
at her and I'm like, yeah, but I gotta make butter. And I don't know. And
I'm
she
telling
just,
you, I'm with you 100%. I've got vacuum sealed bags. I've got mason jars. I got all that shit, and I'm just like looking at it, going like, man,
yeah,
it's not very much.
yeah. I might get worried about July. July, we may have to go out and buy some. We might have to buy. She's just like looking at me like, I hate you, you idiot.
Well, here on that front, so I talked with our state senators within the last
Oh,
couple of
right,
weeks.
right.
Adult use ain't happening this year.
Oh,
It's
but
it's
it was right.
it's on the ballot again,
But I
and
thought it got voted in.
it did, and then it got overturned by the South Dakota Supreme Court, and everyone is fucking
W-
pissed. Everyone,
Wait,
even
wait.
people who don't even
How
want it.
can they overturn something that was voted in?
It's a technicality. Is the easiest, quickest way to explain it.
Gotcha, gotcha,
Is that the
gotcha.
wording
No.
of the
Mhm.
wording of the
Um,
proposition was
uh,
according to 2 out of 3 of the state Supreme Court judges uh, unconstitutional
oh,
in regards to the state constitution. Uh, it wasn't. It wasn't. It just the state constitution is so stupid. They're reading it like how there's Christians that read the
yeah.
Bible super literally. Like God
Yes.
said
Yeah.
no, that you should not do X, Y, and Z when the
Yeah.
moon is at
Mhm.
half staff and Orion
Mm.
is waning, and then
Yeah.
Jehoshaphat over there is that doing that, and there's a pillar of salt.
Yeah. And
You
then there's a
know,
pillar of salt. Yeah. Next thing you know,
and
deers
and
are
that's
licking on
that's
our Christmas
that's
tree.
what the yeah exactly that's what the Supreme Court did, but
Oh.
uh uh I mean, they're like, but medical is on its way, and it's like, where?
Well,
They're like,
yeah.
well, it's legal, and I'm like, yeah, that's great that
Is
it's
it?
legal. Where do you get it?
Right.
Oh, you can't get it anywhere. Oh, okay, so that's not legal. Legal means
Yeah.
access, right? Let's not get
Yeah.
it fucking twisted. If
Legal
I have
means
to go
taxable.
down to the what the fuck is the Indian reservation? The
Oh
the
shit. The
if I have to
res?
go, yeah, if I that's the only place you can get it is on the res.
That is. Yep.
And I know
I
people
can
who have
believe that.
res cards, and
Right.
the police, they don't. This isn't a legal thing. This isn't like they're trying to lock people up. This is just stupid political incompetence by a bunch of fucking
Mm.
hicks in a state that is flatter than your mom's ass.
Mm. Mm. My mom's ass is pretty flat.
I mean, we're talking about like, the what the fuck were they? What was that video back in the '80s, like, where they're all working out?
Yeah. Are you talking about the one that was on
Was
like Showtime
Yeah, it's
in
like,
between movies?
yes, the let's get physical,
Oh, the
physical.
aerobics and all that
Yeah, all those girls, flat fucking asses.
They did. They did.
That's where I live. Send some of those black CC black booties
He said, "Bring
and
me the
and
bootay."
and, and edibles. And by the way, Wu Tang is for the children. Peace out. You know what they say, old Lou?
Suck it, kissing ass, motherfuckers. Ah, come on.